Hello everyone and welcome back to the Rachelle Anne Miller YouTube channel. I hope you are having a lovely day. Today in this video I'm featuring a birthday card which is really simple to create. Now this month, and it's the last day, but this month there was this wonderful release by Rachelle Anne Miller, the Happy Birthday creator. You have tons of possibilities in this release, but I kept this card so simple. I am using the Happy Birthday creator balloons and the sentiments. From the sentiments, of course, I just took the Happy Birthday, but from the balloons I actually didn't change a thing about the layout of the balloons. You can always with digital stamps change things size wise. You can just feature one of the images. You can feature a ton. You can create a scene if you want to, but I just kept the balloon scene that is in this release, as you can purchase them. And so I have this wonderful horizontal balloon kind of scenery here. I wanted them to not end exactly on the card itself. So as you can see, these red balloons, and all the way on the right side there is a small piece of balloon. They just indicate that this scene is continuous. There is more going on even aside from the card itself. So that's something that I really love. Also, I wanted to combine the sentiment with the balloons, but I didn't want both of them to fight with each other, so therefore I made sure to soften the balloons a bit, so they are kind of grayish. And then the Happy Birthday really is that dark black color, so that it will jump out of the scenery, but it's not fighting with it. So that's something that you can do with your digital stamps. You can change the color of the outline, which helps sometimes if you are someone that is often stamping clear stamps with like a brownish ink. You can always change your digital stamps and just have the outline in a brownish color, so that it is more like your style, if you know what I mean. That's all up to you. Now, when it comes to coloring this scenery, I really was doubting which colors I would choose, but if you don't know it and you want to have a birthday card or a fun card, you can always go rainbow. So that's what I did here. I am coloring with my Copic markers from darkest to lightest, but as I say all the time, there are so many ways to color with your Copic markers, so definitely do you. If you are more comfortable with coloring first with the lightest color, just one overall layer, and then add all of the other colors, you do you. You just do that. It will work out great. You're more comfortable and you will love the end result as well. So you do you. It's really important. So I do darkest to lightest, and for me personally it always helps me to get my blend whenever I use at least 2 layers. Depending on how hard it is to blend my specific markers, it can be that I add multiple layers. It's all up to you to just decide whether you love the blending or not, and you can always add more. So most of the time for me it's 2 layers, but truly there are some of my favorite marker combinations where you need to do tip to tip to get a blend in between markers, and from time to time I just need a bit more help. So therefore it's all up to you, but you will find your way in the Copic coloring or just other alcohol markers. Here on this balloon, really funny, as you can see in the beginning I was really trying to keep those circles white because I didn't know yet what I was going to do with it, but then it just got too hard, or I just lost my patience. That can be the case as well because I don't have a ton of it. So I just went over it and decided to go with a darker color on top of the circles. And then it doesn't matter whether you went into the circles while coloring the outer scene or the other image, if you know what I mean. Next up is the blue combination. Here, however, I really tried my best to stay outside of the stars because I wanted them to go in the yellow color. And since yellow is lighter than blue, it's not something that you can color over it and then you will not see the fact that you colored in those images with another color. So I took my time here. This video, as always, is sped up because otherwise you would be here for hours, and well, that's not ideal. So here I am just going from my darkest to blue towards my lightest, as always. I don't know if I already mentioned it, but the Copic combinations, you can find them in the description box down below, so that you can easily have a reference if you're not writing anything down. You can also find them on the blog post, whatever is the easiest for you. So for the final colors, I went for like a purple and a pink. I don't have a ton of combinations with these family colors. So I went for my favorite RV 69, 19 and 09, which is a really deep, warm, purple pinkish color, which I truly adore. So I also decided to go with the same combinations for both balloons, sort of as I also did with the greens. You can, however, because one is really big and the other is smaller, you can also add multiple markers again on the bigger one, and then the smaller one just do a few of them from the combination. But in this case, I don't have a ton of markers, so 3 was just fine. So here I'm just making sure that I like the blend. And then for the inner heart and, well, the balloon on the right that you barely can see, I went for pink. So once that was done, well, of course, I still had the hearts and the stars to fill in. I contemplated about the hearts for a really long time, whether I was going to color them in or not. And in the end, I ended up using some reds to fill it up, because all the other images, like the stars and the circles, were filled in. So somehow it seemed more logical for me to fill in the hearts, but that's all up to you. So I'm reusing the combinations that I used on the yellow balloon, also on the red balloon, so there is nothing more complicated about it. There is no extra marker needed than the ones that you already used. So yeah. So the coloring is almost done for this card. You can also do something with the background if you want to, but with these rainbow colors, I thought that it was already enough that was going on this card, so that I didn't needed to add anything to the background. Something, however, that I still needed to decide upon was what I was going to put behind this panel. I die cut the panel with the nesting decal A2 size from Hello Bluebird. I used a smaller one so that I could still add a bit of pattern paper behind, but it's always a search as well which pattern paper you're going to use. And since I used rainbow, there are so many things. Actually, you can use any color that you want. But I didn't want to distract too much. We already have tons going on with rainbow, so I wanted a soft kind of pattern paper to go behind, and so I went for this one. It's from the Pretty in Plaid paper pack from My Favorite Things. I added the 6x6 pattern paper on top of my card base, and I'm just trimming off all of the excess. This way I am sure that the pattern paper completely covered my card base. So next up, I have a bit of foam tape. No, I have a foam sheet that is covered with this core tape, and I'm just using that to add a bit of dimension on this card, and I'm trying to center here the panel on top of my card base. Before finishing or saying it's finished, I'm going to use my white jelly roll pen to add some white jelly roll pen details to the balloons, not a ton of it. I'm not really good at it. It's a bit outside of my comfort zone. I don't use it a lot, but I want to add more white jelly roll pen details onto my cards because it makes it just a tiny bit cuter, in my opinion. I'm always amazed by everyone with the white jelly roll pen and how it is just working so great, and I really need to get more used to it, more comfortable using it. Now, something that I also tended to do was to use my glossy accent and to add it on top of each of the balloons, but in the end I didn't do that because I used the white jelly roll pen and it was already cute enough according to me, so therefore I didn't add it. But it's really something fun to add as well, or some stickers if you want to. It can definitely add some lovely details to your card. That being said, this is my card for today, and I hope that you like the end result, that it could inspire you. As I said in the beginning, it's a really simple one. It doesn't have to be difficult creating cards. So I hope that this can inspire you. I wish you all an incredible day, and I'll be back soon with some new crafting inspiration. Bye!